There are 195 countries in the world, or maybe 200 if you count all the islands. But did you know that one of these could disappear overnight? Welcome to Baker Island. Its highest point is only 21 feet above sea level, and its entire landmass consists of a single coral formation. So why would this seemingly permanent fixture of the Caribbean suddenly vanish? Well, the answer is climate change. In 1968, the island was mapped at 1.6 miles long. Today, it's less than a mile long. That means that in just 50 years, the island has shrunk by more than 40%. Shouldn't we reserve our concern for the people and other life forms that actually inhabit these islands? Well, yes, you're right. In fact, it's likely that Baker Island will not be the last island to disappear. Even if we assume that no more islands will disappear and sea levels rise by only a few feet, we can expect up to 13 million people to be made homeless by 2100. If we don't, then Baker Island won't be the only thing that disappears. Pretty soon, entire nations could start to vanish. We also need to find a way to house the millions of climate refugees who will be made homeless by rising sea levels. If we don't, then entire cities could be overwhelmed by climate refugees looking for a new home. That is equivalent to the entire population of Switzerland. Other islands that are at risk include the Maldives, the Marshall Islands, and the Carteret Islands off the coast of Papua New Guinea. Or should we only care about protecting areas that humans inhabit? Let us know your thoughts. Also be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. See you next time. These islands are home to thousands of people, and as they disappear, these people will have nowhere to go. The fate of Baker Island and the countless other islands that will follow it is in our hands. If we act now, we can still go down in history as the generation that saved the planet. But if we fail to act, then future generations will be left to wonder what could have been. They will become climate refugees, fleeing from the rising waters and seeking a new home on the mainland. Baker Island is currently uninhabited, but it does host a variety of wildlife, including endangered species such as the Bahama warbler. Rising sea levels are already destroying the habitat of this and many other species. And as the waters warm, even more species will be driven from their homes. If we extrapolate those numbers out, we can expect the island to disappear sometime around 2045. Now this tiny Caribbean island is only half a mile wide and is situated between the Bahamas and Cuba. Rising sea levels caused by global warming are slowly but surely engulfing this tiny island. And Baker Island is set to become the first Caribbean island to disappear completely. But this isn't some far-off prediction. It could happen at any moment. As the water temperature rises, the coral on which the island is formed will start to die. Dead coral makes for very weak coral, and the entire structure will start to collapse in on itself. The dead coral will also provide a home for algae, which will eventually cover the entire island. Eventually, the island will be completely underwater, but its disappearance will not be an instant event. It will happen gradually over several decades. Some experts predict that it could be completely underwater within the next 25 years. Others say it might already be too late. In fact, Baker Island has already lost about 2/3 of its land area over the past half-century. But how will it disappear? Will it simply sink beneath the waves? Not exactly. So why should we care about the disappearance of a small, uninhabited island? What's more, Baker Island serves as a warning for what will happen to the numerous low-lying islands and atolls scattered throughout the Indian Ocean. The problem is there won't be anywhere enough land on the mainland to house everyone who will be displaced by rising sea levels. So what can we do to prevent this disaster? For starters, we need to take action on climate change. It's easy to feel helpless when faced with the daunting task of saving the planet. But the fact is, we can't afford to be helpless. Do you think humans have a responsibility to protect wildlife habitats?